Thank you for visiting DreamWellHomes.com. Today we're with Dave Stapleton at First Choice Bank.
Good morning.
And we're going to talk about the buyers that have gone through a short sale or a foreclosure and how they might be able to get back in the market and qualify to be a homeowner again. So Dave, what are the wait times for these programs?
The wait times, if we're looking at doing a Fannie Mae or conventional loan, it's going to be 4 years after a short sale or a bankruptcy is actually 2 years. Okay. Foreclosure on a conventional is 7 years. Okay. If you go FHA, it's 3 years for each one of those items. Okay.
All right.
And VA is 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of buyers who don't want to wait that long. Is there programs that might help them?
Yes.
What are those programs?
Those programs are basically, you're looking at still the same programs, okay, but under Fannie Mae guidelines for extenuating circumstances, reduced to 2 years, okay?
Okay.
And under FHA Back to Work program, you can get in as soon as 1 year after the initial economic event.
Okay.
Okay. VA is still 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Dave, what do you have that can help these people?
Well, the fortunate thing is we've had some experience with these now over the last year and stuff, and so putting the files together and going through and working with the underwriters, it's become evident that there are probably 2 or 3 things that they really focus on that are going to document the extenuating circumstances that we need to get the loan approved. Okay. Obviously, you know, FHA and Fannie Mae, if you've gone through a short sale foreclosure or bankruptcy, have specific waiting periods, okay, that we can give you that information that's available. The focus of the extenuating circumstance program is to get somebody into a property in a shorter period of time.
Okay, so what qualifies as an extenuating circumstance?
Extenuating circumstances with regard to Fannie Mae and FHA are pretty narrow, okay? It's a loss of job due to termination, layoff, or they dissolve the position, and death or illness, okay? Those are specifically the two.
Those two?
Yeah. Ones we can't count are divorce, relocation. Those don't count as extenuating circumstances. Unfortunately for self-employed people, they're having a hard time getting those approved under extenuating circumstances because if their business failed for some reason, the underwriters think that because they're self-employed that they have control over that situation. It's not a circumstance that was out beyond their control.
Good point.
Okay, so what we found is one of the things that we're going to look at is we specifically have to identify the trigger date, the date that you got ill, the date that you were unable to work, the date you got laid off. That's the primary focus. The second thing is the document that we've had 20% loss of income over a 6-month period of time from that point. Now, from that point on, from when the trigger date or the job loss happened, for example, and you actually end up with the short sale or foreclosure, it can be 2 or 3 years.
Right.
That's recognizable because you're going through loan modifications and trying to request short sales and stuff like that. That doesn't matter. It's the upfront of documenting the loss of income, and then at the very end, once the termination has occurred, let's say the foreclosure or the short sale has gone through, we have to look at your credit history for a year after that. Okay. So we look at credit history prior to the event to make sure it's clean, when the trigger date occurred and when the event started, and then after the event has been concluded, do we have a 12-month credit history that's clean?
Okay.
Those are the 3 things that the underwriters are focusing on fairly clearly, and once we're able to put those on a timeline and have all the income laid out, and then the events that happened in between identified on one sheet of paper for the underwriter, it seems to be very successful in getting them approved. Okay. We've had a lot of luck.
So David, it sounds like this is really a great program that buyers should be excited about. If they're renters right now, they can become homeowners again rather quickly if they fit into the extenuating circumstances. So for those who do fit into the extenuating circumstances, what's next? What do they do?
I think the most important thing is take the time and give me a call, okay? Because we will ask a lot of questions of you because we want to make sure up front that they're going to qualify and not put them through a lot of jumping through hoops if they don't have to, okay? We're going to be very honest with them. But the intent is that we want to put together a file that is not only going to meet and document to the underwriter that we meet the extenuating circumstances component of it, but we're also understanding that they want to buy a home, so we need to structure the file so it's ready for a purchase review also. Okay. So in that aspect, we're going to be asking for all updated bank statements, pay stubs, W-2s. That would be the purchase component of it. And then in addition to that, we will ask for other documentation supporting the economic event that may have occurred, okay? And that could include going back and asking for verification of employment from 5 or 6 different employers if that's the case, or you know, whatever, but we need to tie both ends together. The great thing is once the file goes into underwriting and the file's put together, it comes out with a full loan commitment ready for them to purchase without having to deal with the loan aspect of it again. Just go find a property.
Right, and
Okay?
it's all documents they have to supply anyway. They're just getting all done at one time.
And we're asking for probably a little bit more with regard to letters of explanation and stuff like that. But once that, if they're willing to do the work and provide me with the documentation, my team is willing to put the efforts in and get the file prepared.
Okay. So they do all that
Yeah.
work, get it to you, you get it prepared, they're approved basically for a loan.
Right.
You're ready to go shopping to find your new home.
Now, during this process, one thing, because I don't want to, cause frustration and set expectations that aren't realistic, is that because this is a pre-approval and not a purchase or a refinance, is actually a true transaction, it takes a little bit longer to get through the underwriting and the processing time. So, it could be a 35 to 40, 60-day experience to get the loan start to finish. But if they'll bear with us and be patient, we will put the time and effort to get it done.
Sounds great.
Okay.
It's going to be a big help to a lot of
Yeah, it
people
is,
when
and
they
we've had success already, and we're seeing the success, the numbers grow. So we're getting, with our history, we're getting better and better.
Great.
Okay.
So anybody out there who this might help, just fill out the contact form below, and we'll get this started for you right away.
Absolutely.